Boys and girls, we are now less than 24 hours from the start of the future. First, let me get a couple things out of the way. One, I'm gonna lie to you. I'm lying to you. I'm lying to you right now because this is not gonna be an RBZ exclusive video, which I've been promising. I'm sorry. Number two, it's probably super echoey right now. Again, sorry, but not sorry, because guys, the garage is so empty. There's a great reason for that. You guys remember that little child's game where it's like a bunch of tiles and there's one missing and you can only move one to move another and move another? That's why I haven't been here. That's why I have not had an episode of TueZday Garage in a while, because the very first tile that needed to be moved in that entire game was that red twin turbo that we were working on, and I finished it. Dude, it ran amazing. It ran perfect. The customer was super happy. I don't have any footage, or maybe I do. I'll have to go back and look at my memory card, but I don't think I recorded anything about it. So that was number one, right? We had to finish that car, get it out of here. We owed it to the customer, but really I just needed the space. Because guess where all this is, right? Some of it's in the house, some of it's in the stables. It's everywhere, like it's everywhere. Another one of those sliding tiles that needed to change was my hot water heater. So I had a hot water heater sitting right here and I switched it to tankless. This is now mounted to the wall, not on the ground. Tomorrow morning is when the jackhammers, the dump trucks, and the cement mixers arrive to tear out this garage floor, to pour all the new concrete and the footers and all that stuff, and the new TueZday Garage can finally come to be a thing. It's really exciting. I am so excited. I've been waiting so long for this, but it's been, like I said, it's been a puzzle game. Speaking of which, I finished the other two doors, so I'm gonna close those now. I'm gonna go out the other side, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like, because it's freaking banging. Stuff. Garage couch. Stuff. 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 So much stuff. So much stuff. And thank God Mrs. BC is like super cool. She understands that it's just a means to an end, man. It's like it's sliding those tiles around, and sometimes you got to put one in a weird place just to get to where you need to go. But check this out, man. Oh, baby. It looks so good. This is what I was talking about, drilling through the house. That was a project, but that's the vent thingy madoodles for the tankless water heater. Another tile that needed to get slid to get this project off the ground. I know the chickens are over here. Thank God they're not on the car. Been really worried about that. It's Labor Day weekend. I just spent this weekend over at my brother's house down in South Carolina, played some golf, had a good time. And he still had the car cover that was on the RBZ when it was at his house in Portland, Oregon. So I was able to pick that up, and now, bam, she's in here, man. She's in here. It's the safest spot that I can put her in for now. Like I said, I'm gonna put a car cover on because all the things, lot of stuff's in here now. It's tight. It's tight doings. Garage stuff. Like, there's stuff everywhere. Greensy is in here because one of the windows isn't sealing and it was getting some moisture inside, so brought it in here. I did try to get it started. It's just clicking. It's not doing anything, even with a full battery. I got to change out the starter. I've got several of them laying around. I just got to get around to it. Thank goodness my brother had the car cover, because look at this, man. Got critters. I got critters sleeping all over the hood. I got critters walking up here. Critters sleeping up here, like leaving hairs all over, and back here leaving schmutz. They didn't do this to the Red Z. There was never any indication there were critters in here, except for that, except for Slick, God bless Slick. We're gonna cover up the Z. It's got to stay in here for at least 2 weeks. It takes about, I think the concrete guy said, 14 days before the weight of a car can sit on it, and then it's a full 28 days to absolute and total curing. At which time then I can go ahead and epoxy it, and then we could start building everything. The Z is going to be out here for a while, as long as I don't get any weird vibes about it being out here, because I really want to just make sure that I'm not constantly doing this tile sliding game where I've got to move this to do that, to do this, to do that. Just we're just gonna keep the garage empty. After 2 weeks, let Mrs. BC park in there. Just wait out the month, epoxy it, start building all the things. The lift will then come in and it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cover on this thing now, and then I need to go back into the garage. I need to actually draw out and measure exactly where I want them to put the footers for the lift based on the lift dimensions that I'm getting. Because right now it's very conceptual. I have an idea. I've already made a pre-marking where I park the Z in a place. That was a weird doodle-doos. Let me get her covered up. Let me get my measurement thingies and straight edges and tapes and all the markers and paints and things like that. And let's start drawing the lift. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is Gemma. And all the rest of them are under there eating bugs and doing dirt bath. Gemma? Gemma? No. Gemma, no. You cannot. I will touch you. Okay. Let me just do all the things I said we're gonna do. I'll be back with you to look at the sketch on the concrete and what we're gonna do. And then guys, tomorrow, we're waking up bright and early because they said they're coming here about 6:30 a.m. with jackhammers. And yeah, we're gonna make sure we capture that. So I'll see you later. Okay, so all the math has been done. And yes, all the stroking of hairs, which explains the disheveled look. Originally, I was trying to make the lift as wide as possible, but there are limitations on the amount of concrete that could be to the left and the right of the posts. Originally going with the assumption that it could be right up against the brick, and then I would need 6 inches minimum before the footers and the mounting and stuff like that. And then what that ended up resulting in is these black lines, which caused the whole entire lift to be off center. So this side would have been basically even with the garage opening, but this side would have encroached on the garage opening about 3 inches. So we're gonna go with the narrow setup. What I don't know is whether there's any room to go between narrow and wide. I have to call the company first thing in the morning to see if I could do that, but I think the narrow is gonna work out just fine, and it's not gonna disrupt anything else, because otherwise I'm gonna have to put this in another stall, like probably the center stall of the garage, and I don't wanna do that because then it's encroaching on all 3 stalls, and I don't wanna do that. The red lines represent where the footers are gonna end up being, and then this red line here represents like the furthest out the actual lift will be. This line here represents the encroachment, like the approach angle. Just doing my napkin math here, it's about 5 inches into the garage opening, and then here you can see the red lines that outline where the footer should be. This is the furthest encroaching part, which that means like the arms, when the arms are tucked away. If I'm looking at the markings at the door, that's the approach. That's how much is taken off the approach. I think I'm gonna pull a car in here, do my best to try and center it in the garage as I'm pulling in. We'll see, like, where do I line up with the drawings that I've made? What does it look like? What does it feel like? And is it gonna work? Stagia is now in. I've got about 8 inches on that side. Man, I've got tons of room on this side. Yeah, that's gonna be great. This line represents the inner post. So there is tons of room there. Yeah, I mean, goodness. I left myself like a lot of room between the 2 sides. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Here we are. Good morning, boys and girls. It's happening. It's starting to happen. The TueZday garage. The beginning of the future. Like I said, let's peek in on them. We gotta keep our distance though. Hell yeah, brother. That's what's up. Cool. We're gonna keep checking in on their progress. Obviously keep our distance, but this is exciting. They said they're gonna pour concrete. They got the concrete truck coming at noon. They're already like 3 hours behind. They said they're gonna have it all done tonight. So that's cool. Anyway, yeah, I'll keep you posted. Wow, look at this craziness. They're just barely fitting this thing in here. That's
crazy. And now that guy's gonna start doing the freaking work. That's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. I'll keep you posted. It's been about an hour. They're making some pretty good progress. It's very loud, so I'm not even gonna try to talk over it, but it's pretty awesome. Crazy. The other guys have been working around the edges, all the corners and hard spots. I don't know, man. It's 10:30 now. He said concrete trucks were coming at noon. I wonder if he's pushed that back a little bit, because it does look like it's way thicker than 4 inches. And that's probably why it's taken them longer than expected. So, but hey, the excavation's in their name for a reason, so they know what they're doing, but I don't. Glad I hired somebody. All right, just about another 45 minutes has gone by, and now they're actually excavating, swapped out all that. Look at that, pulling out all the rubble of the center area there. Man, dude, that's crazy. They had to end up digging the driveway out a little bit to just fit this guy more securely, or, you know, with less caution, I guess you could say. But yeah, they're doing the work. Midday update. It's about 1:30-ish. Just ate a little bit of lunch. Looks like the crew's eating some lunch as well. They probably have only broken up half of that slab at this point. Concrete's definitely definitely not coming today. They're making progress. I think it's just it's thicker than they expected. It's more reinforced than they expected, and quite frankly, at this point, I'm a little nervous as to who's gonna bear the cost of those assumptions that were made. Should be this guy. I recommended, you know, they take a core, you know, they look into it. I don't know, dig into the ground at the front of the garage and see what it looked like, but I'm not eating the cost of bad assumptions. I'm gonna just meander over there and just kind of show a picture of the progress. We'll probably not talk, just because, you know, they're just trying to relax and eat lunch. It's looking good though. Wow, it's crazy. It's coming along. It's definitely coming along. And, you know, again, they've already been digging dirt out, so, you know, starting to kind of see what it will be more realistically at the level. So that's cool. That's super cool. There's definitely some chunks that are very thick. Yeah. So unexpectedly, they're doing good work, but this is definitely some hard work, and yeah, this is exciting, dude. This is exciting. All right, it's very late. It's like a little after 7. It's been about half an hour, 45 minutes since they left. Yeah, concrete's coming a different day. Originally, the guy that did the estimation said it was a 2-day job. Lead contractor that came out here said he could do it in 1. And turns out it's a 2-day job. So unfortunately, they booked tomorrow. The next available day he has open is Friday. So Friday is when he'll be back to pour the concrete. Here's where we're at. They totally smoothed out the driveway because this was a disaster zone. But guys, this is... And Mrs. BC turned off the light. Why did she turn off the light? Hold on. Okay, lights back on. Now we can see what we're doing. So yeah, we got frames out here ready to go. We got dirt, lots of dirt McGirt. We got the footers. The holes for the footers have been dug, and, you know, not gonna question anything, but I am gonna measure tonight. I am definitely gonna measure just to make sure they're exactly where I need them to be, because there's a lot riding on that. Even though it's dirt and it's uneven ground, it feels way more level than it did previously, which is crazy. Because it's dropping so much from where it used to be, they actually have to build a second step coming out of the garage, which is gonna be great because it's gonna tie right into the foundation for the stairs that go up into the attic. So that's all good and all fine. This is the future. This is the future. These two holes are the future of the TueZday garage, man. And this new garage and just all the things. I'm so stoked. I'm so excited, man. Gosh, it's gonna be great. Here we are, day 2, 3 days later. Got up early this morning, you know, did all my normal morning business, tended to the chickens and all that other stuff, and then went in, actually took some measurements, spray paint, measured out where the lift is gonna be, made sure that the holes they dug for the footers were correct. One of them was a little off, so I took out some more dirt. When they came, they saw that they were a little bit bigger, and they said, okay, fine, we'll just pour bigger forms. Originally, the footers were gonna be about 24 by 24 inches. Now they're 30 by 30. Who's winning? So yeah, they just laid all the rebar. They put down the poly. So let's go check it out before the concrete comes. Put down stakes in the ground for leveling stuff. Everything's built, rebar's in the holes. That's all cut, ready to be poured. They're just getting things in position, and yeah, getting ready, man. It's exciting. It's exciting stuff. Here we go. Freaking magic. Magic is about to happen. Hell yeah. This big truck just got into my property like nothing. This dude knows what he's doing. This guy knows how to drive. All right, all the noise. All right, he just completed the high-speed mix of the Happy Fun sauce. Now he's about to go in reverse, and you know what that means. Oh yeah, there it goes. Hell yeah. That's what's up. So originally they said they had 2 trucks, but it looks like they're about to get this all out in this one truck, which doesn't surprise me because it is gigantic. But bruh, let's go. Let's freaking go. I'm trying to be like minimally weird here. Like I said, let it rip. Keep accidentally stepping where the footers are. Oh yeah. Been a whole bunch of nervous people around here because they ran out of concrete in the 3rd stall, of course, the one with the lift, right around the point with the lift, and they were saying it was gonna be a couple hours before they could get another truck here. Thankfully it hasn't been. Things are still very wet. It has been a while though, probably an hour. And the guy just showed up and they're immediately getting to it to get this onto that stuff that's already been sitting there. So, yeah, I think they're trying to break up a little bit of it too. I'm gonna go to the other side. Wow, that's loud. It's definitely getting hard where it was. But he said it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be all right. But yeah, that's the part where they ran out. So now they're gonna fill it in. God, please. Of all places in this garage, let this bond be good. You know what I mean? Jeez Louise. Of all the places in the garage. Of all the places in the garage for a bad bond to occur. It's gonna be fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Seriously, bro. That's the whole point of all this. The irony, dude. My life is hilarious. My life is just a freaking roller coaster of hilarity. Yeah, they're working overtime. They're working overtime to make sure it's blending in. Really squashing it down, mixing it up. Of all the places. Oh my God. Hell yeah, cool stuff. So they can't really touch this part right here because this is still the wet part, the second load that came, so they've kind of been working around it. But when I look at where my center line is, the blending was just beyond it and just outside of it. So I think we're gonna be good, man. I think we're gonna be fine. I don't know what you call this, but they're blowing it? I don't know. Get blown, concrete. I think I'm good. I need to just relax. So, yeah. Trying to observe them, but now the sun is on that side of the building, so it's like standing in the sun while you're watching them, and it kind of sucks. And they're all eating hamburgers right now, and it smells really good, and I'm hungry. I might just do that. I'm gonna do hamburgers or something. I'm gonna do something. All right, boys and girls, we're about to do something cool. Not long ago, when my dad visited me, he gifted me something, and it's a family heirloom. Been in the family for several generations, and that is the actual family brand. This is a branding iron, and this is the actual family brand. Mrs. BC and I were talking about how we should put the brand into the new concrete to completely, like, what's the word? The only word in my head is desecrate. This is not, we're not desecrate. The bottle hits the ships and they do the thing. Consecrate. We're gonna consecrate. Let's go do that, because I just got the A-OK that right now is the time. And she was gonna be here with me, but God bless her, she's out doing some outreach stuff to some veterans, and that's super cool. Now is the time, man. Now is the time. So we're gonna put it in the corner. There it is. The family brand. All right, we did it, and I had the help of the team that's here. They helped smooth things out a little bit and then actually pounded it in a little bit. But there it is. The family brand. It's late. It's, I think it's 7. Yeah, that second batch of concrete was super wet, so they can't finish that part yet. They've finished basically everything else. In fact, wow, there's already an echo back in here. From there all the way to there. The part that matters, the part that matters the most to me, if I'm being honest, yeah, at least they're, you know, doing their diligence. But everything else, guys, looks amazing. They've already cut some lines and they've smoothed everything out, and it's just this last patch. So they're going off to get to dinner. I think the main crew already took off. The owner of the company and his lead hired hand, they're going to get some dinner and they'll be back. This is awesome. This is great. This is the beginning of the future. They'll be back. They're gonna finish things up, and in the meantime, I'm gonna eat some dinner too, because I'm quite famished, if I'm being honest. They're gonna keep working as long as they have to work. I'm gonna catch you in the morning, man. I'm gonna catch you in the morning when when this has had a whole night to cure, and I've had a whole night to just get all the things out of my head. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, everybody. What you doing? Hanging out? Look at this guy. Look at you, you're so big. They're all just wandering around. We're not here to talk about chickens. I recorded a piece last night. To summarize, it just all of a sudden got really quiet. I thought maybe they were just taking another break, waiting for the concrete to cure or whatever in between process steps. It was quiet for a while, and then I looked outside and they were gone. They packed up, gone. Never let me know he was leaving, never sent me a text of when he'd be back. It's a noon o'clock now. I haven't heard from him. He didn't collect the rest of the money, so I don't know. I don't know. Hey, making a video. Shut up. But it's done, guys, and it's very echoey. Super cool. Super cool. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And the brand, super cool. I'm not gonna stand in there. It's just so echoey now. So now it's a waiting game. Now it's just time. A day to walk on it, 2 weeks to drive on or to park in it, and about a month before I can epoxy it. Now it's just a matter of time. And really, I don't really want to move anything back in there. Be more stuff that I'd have to take out again to do the epoxying, because I really want to do that right. That's when we start building cabinetry and workbenches and all the other things soon. And I don't know when. I'm probably gonna have to flip one of those TueZdays to pay for the lift, which is probably the most responsible thing to do. I think that might be the first course of action. I definitely want to do some work on the Z soon, with it being out in the stable, and I want to keep it covered up and and whatnot. You're gonna have to be patient. We're just gonna have to wait. It's gonna have to take time. This needs time. But man, today, this is it. This is day one of the future. Day one of the future of TueZday Garage, and it's an exciting future, dude. I'm so jazzed. Like, I can't even tell you how excited I am. It's gonna be great. I hope you're excited as much as I am, because it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. It's just gonna allow us to do things more efficiently, more effectively, quicker, and not have to roll around on our back so much anymore. So without any further delay, let's call it a day. Ciao a tutti and aloha. Bye-bye.